Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with week number 8 in the Pokemon Premier League. My name is CBAD, coach of the Detroit Steel Wings. We are here taking on my buddy Shroom Raver and the Parasect Germain. Very excited for this matchup. Very nervous for this matchup. There's a few bits at play there, which I'll touch on, but definitely excited nonetheless. Hope you guys are too. If you are, leave a like because we are nearing at the end of the season, and I want to say if you're not up to speed, spoilers in 3, 2, 1. I want to say we've locked playoffs. I'm 5-2. Feeling good. It's ultimately going to come down to these last 2 weeks and kind of where they go. But I'd be shocked to find like 5-2 right now is not like a strong 5-4. If I just get dog walked the next 2 weeks, like, okay, great. But Dave's a great battler. We had the last time we played, if you guys didn't get a chance to watch that, there were some shenanigans. There was some conjecture in the comment section regarding, theory mining on did this matter? Did it not matter? What was the role? What blah, 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 blah. So I want to win this one clean at the end of the day. I'd like to give Dave a good solid match that like the both of us can walk away from and say like, that was good. We had a good showing. You know, the first time that we get to battle in a long time, I don't want it to be like super dicey. Like, let's just have a nice clean match at the end of the day. Right. So there's that. And then again, like I said, there's also kind of a playoff contention spot. Like right now, there's a lot of good stuff going for us and I don't want to fall behind and get dropped out of that contention. I feel like I've been doing pretty well the last season or 2 or 3, and this is historically the best I've done ever with the Pokemon Premier League, and I'd like to really take that and run with it. So that being said, I think we've got the 6 that we need in order to take Dave on. He's got like legitimately a super scary team. Like the top, what is that one? The top 10 Pokemon I am super scared of, and the bottom 2 I am literally no preparation for. I've said it in a few different team builders, but either way, we'll start talking about it. I appreciate your time. You're going to start to see some teams appear on screen right about now. My opponent has a team that consists of Iron Treads, Deoxys Speed, Tornadus Therian, Primarina, Urshifu Single Strike, Rotom Heat, Decidueye, Hisuian Quillfish, Haxorus, Porygon Z, Illumise, and Bonsly. Some things to note about my opponent's team: 3 Terra Captains, in Primarina, Haxorus, and Porygon Z. Let's back it up, boys. Those are scary. Primarina, 126 special attack. Haxorus, 147 attack. Porygon Z, 135 special attack. The Liquid Voice is scary. Analytic, Download, and Adaptability are all scary. Mold Breaker, Unnerve is scary. I mean, absolutely crazy. Insane speed. Deoxys Speed, 180 base speed, outspeeding my entire team. And then respectable offense stat. I want 95, I want to say it is. Like 95 special attack, like a super fast Life Orb hitter. A super fast Specs user. Just... we have fun here. Tornadus Therian just a monster, man. Like I don't want it. I know I've got some checks to it, but I don't want it. I don't want it to show up. Iron Treads more than likely has to show up. Urshifu Single Strike is one of those mons that the minute I don't prepare for it, I'm in a bad spot. So I do want to get some prep work in for that. Haxorus going to show up. I don't think Dave's actually allowed to go through a draft league without drafting Haxorus, so Haxorus has to show up. Don't know if it's PZ's matchup. I've got a pretty reliable ghost type in Mimikyu to just kind of wall the like regular Terra Blast adaptability type of set. Rotom Heat is a little bit not scary, but it can definitely do some things to a lot of my bulkier Pokemon. It can take some hits and deal out super effective damage across the board, so that one's definitely got to show up. Hisuian Quillfish, like the Intimidate support is there, but I also have Guard Dog on Okidogi potentially. But do I bring Okidogi when Deoxys Speed and Tornadus and Iron Treads are there? So there's some play there. Illumise is not showing up, just not showing up. Decidueye, I don't think so. Primarina, I feel like has to show up. Primarina hits very, very hard. Bonsly not showing up. So those are my thoughts on the team. Let's go ahead and start breaking down our team here. If I had my team builder prep before I clicked record, my goodness. First up, we are bringing Hawkeye the Inteleon. Now, she's holding her choice specs with the Sniper ability. We have Hydro Pump, Snipe Shot, Ice Beam, and U-Turn. 112 EVs in defense, 252 in special attack, 144 in speed with a timid nature. With this spread, we are hitting 343 speed, so we are outspeeding a modest Tornadus Therian, as well as a jolly or timid Iron Treads. We're able to get both of those. I can't naturally outspeed Tornadus Therian. I'm 120 base speed. Tornadus Therian's 121 speed. Numbers. numbers. So I figured going with the Iron Treads obviously going to be the best spot there because it does put on a decent amount of pressure on the team here. Choice Specs and Teleon really found no switch-ins in just from looking at it from a numbers game. Hydro Pump, Snipe Shot, really just kind of my mode. Like as far as a water resist goes, I mean, Primarina gets Draining Kiss, so like it might not be recoverable damage, but it might be. Decidueye doesn't want to take more than one, and I have Ice Beam. Same thing with Haxorus. Haxorus doesn't want to take more than one. I have Ice Beam. Other than that, goes really unguarded into the team there, and it's super effective in a Bonsly. Let's not forget it. But feels rather unguarded. So being faster than everything, being able to just hit very hard with an unguarded move. Snipe Shot paired with Sniper, also a high crit ratio move with the critical hit being multiplied by 1.5 off the ability. Also bodes pretty well, in my opinion. U-turn's good for some momentum. If we can scare something out and try to keep up any sort of offensive momentum there, I'm down for it. The 112 EVs in defense, quite honestly and truthfully, I've said it before and I've said it in all my team builders, the only priority that Dave has access to is through physical means. So Aqua Jet on Primarina and Quillfish, E-Speed on Deoxys, First Impression with Haxorus, Shadow Sneak, a few Sucker Punch users. So just pumping all of that in there so that way if a slower mon does come in and try to get a quick... we had a quick little once over on me, even, you know, something like Urshifu with a Sucker Punch, having as much maximum bulk there as I can in order to take that hit a little bit more comfortably goes a long way at the end of the day. Next up, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We have Toupee the Screamtail. They're holding their booster energy with the Photosynthesis ability, Calm Mind, Boom Burst, Fire Blast, and Ice Beam. We have 44 EVs in defense, 248 in special attack, 216 in speed with the tip in nature. Very, very similar song and dance to Inteleon, and I gotta be honest, I think that that Screamtail can work situationally. I don't know if it's the matchup for it. I don't know. Like on paper, 1 + 1 = 2, but I'm going to have a hard time hitting those numbers on the calculator at the end of the day. Let's talk about the spread. 343 speed. We're hitting the same speed as the Inteleon. We're going to be faster than Modest Tornadus there, and we're going to be faster than Timid or Jolly Iron Treads. Calm Mind, very, 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 very specially weak team if I can get a Calm Mind up there. I know I am only rocking 65 special attack. We've seen how that's gone in prior weeks, though, so fingers and toes crossed there. I was debating running Dazzling Gleam on this thing because it would be 4 times effective into the Urshifu. It would be super effective in a Haxorus prior to Terra. But Boom Burst, I mean, just Boom Burst, 140 base power move, just goes a long way. Just goes an immaculately long way. Fire Blast, because Iron Treads does not go down to a +1 flamethrower, but it does go down to a +1 Fire Blast. So we're going to hope for a little bit of luck from last week. We're able to hit all my Fire Blasts. That'll be really nice. Ice Beam there. Ice Beam super effective damage into Torn, neutral into Iron Treads, super effective into Haxorus, super effective into Decidueye, things along those lines. The special attack, we end up at 228 special attack. So once I start getting multipliers, that will be boosted further without leaving any EVs off the board. The idea is to get to +2. And then the 44 EVs in defense, same song and dance as with Inteleon. The only access to priority that my opponent has is through physical means. So I want to go forward and make sure that I've got the ability to take that if so. Next up, like when I say this is a last minute, I'm talking like shower thoughts this morning on the matchup. If I got to be completely honest with you, my last minute change-ups have felt really good. And I don't know if that's some superpower I've acquired recently where I can like see like a mon is going to be going well or not well. Like I was just thinking through mocks and I was thinking like, God, like Rotom Heat lead feels a little rough. Like Rotom Heat in general, like I have some mons for it, but I don't know. I want something else to kind of help out with that. This was originally a Talonflame, but it is now Mustache Merca, the Landorus. Mustache Merca, the Landorus. Life Orb, Sheer Force. We are running Stone Edge, Earth Power, Sludge Wave, and Focus Blast. 144 EVs in attack, 112 EVs in special attack, 252 in speed with a naive nature. So naive will be boosting our speed, lowering our special defense. Again, a lot of physical priority. Didn't want to take that on the defensive side. So we are outsped by things like Deoxys, Tornadus, and Iron Treads. However, we do outspeed everything else and can hit everything else very, very hard. Earth Power going into things like the Iron Treads if we can catch it on the Switch, of course, which would be great. I would love that. I would love that opportunity to go for it. But being able to hit something like the Haxorus, the Porygon Z for stab is going to be great. Super effective damage into the Hisuian Quillfish. Being able to hit the Primarina pretty hard neutrally as well. Sludge Wave is going to be able to hit things like the Rotom Heat for some good damage, Primarina for some good damage as well. Focus Blast really there to, if I need to just really gamble on like a big hit where Earth Power isn't covering it. Focus Blast is something like Urshifu Single Strike. It can live in Earth Power because I'm not max special attack. Focus Blast does take it out if I am so worried about it showing up. Stone Edge, Life Orb Stone Edge into the Rotom Heat actually does KO uninvested Rotom Heat. So if it does not have HP investment, if it is like a fast Scarf Pivot, if it is like a Spec Set, if it is like Boots not running the most HP, then I'm starting to get some good rolls to be able to knock it out. That was really it. God, please, Game Freak, give Landorus like Power Gem. Please give it Power Gem. Give it agility back while we're at it. Rock Polish, Trailblaze. Give me something, because 101 base speed with these power creeps really hurts at the end of the day. Anything that I'm faster than feels great, but like just constantly like I'm trying to find a way to make it work, and like it feels like I'm fighting tooth and nail. So Game Freak, if you're watching this, give me Rock Polish back. Give me Rock. Take away Nasty Plot. Take away Nasty Plot. Give me the Rock Polish back, please. That's all I'm asking for at the end of the day. So nothing too crazy. I felt like I said, I felt like the immunity in a Rotom Heat, that may go a long way for us. Being able to hit a lot of those slower mons super effectively could go for us very well as well. Next up, one of two Terra Captains we are bringing this week remarkably hits insanely hard. Like an absurd, I slept. And the fact that it's a new Terra Captain does not like change that. Like I'm not running like a Terra Fire Blast set. It doesn't get Fire Blast, but you're with me. I'm not using Terra to boost it. This could have been a set that I ran without Terra. So I'm remarkable. We're bringing Martini the Arbalova. She is holding her Throat Spray with the Seed Sower ability. We have Giga Drain, Earth Power, Hyper Voice, and Strength Sap. We are running Terra Bug, 112 EVs in HP, 144 in defense, 252 in special attack with a modest nature. Max special attack output, modest Throat Spray. If we can get the Hyper Voice off to give us that boost, insane. I can't stress enough. Like some of the, a Giga Drain at +1 in terrain was doing like half to a Rotom Heat in Mox. I was like, what? I was shook. Giga Drain, Earth Power, Hyper Voice hits the entirety of Dave's side of the field. Strength Set paired with Giga Drain paired with the grassy terrain is going to be really nice for getting that recovery. Terra Bug helps us out with the fighting moves from Urshifu, like the close combat. It helps us with the ground moves from things like the Iron Treads, from things like the Haxorus, things along those lines. We're still weak to like an overheat from Rotom Heat, so that is a little bit problematic at the end of the day, but some of the more common ways that I would expect somebody to be able to hit Arbalova, we're not going to be able to resist that, or we'll be neutral to it. Something like maybe an Ice Spinner from Iron Treads will now Terra Bug. The Ice Spinner is now doing neutral damage to us. The 112 EVs in HP and the 144 defense actually gives us the lowest amount of like overall damage output that a physical mon can do to us. On the overall balance, like as opposed to just cramming 252 in defense, I actually stair-stepped it down so that way this amount of HP versus defense gives us the most amount of bulk and is going to provide the lowest amount of damage rolls physically possible for some of those hard-hitting moves. So I was happy with that. Really, game plan is to poke holes with this as much as I can. A little bit of a sleeper. I brought it a little bit more defensively in the past, so I'm hoping that it is, I'm hoping that it does catch him off guard and it does kind of like force his hand just a little bit here and there. So that's going to be Martini. Next up, another newcomer to the team that did not show up last week. We're bringing him this week. We're bringing Allfather the Registeel. They're holding their leftovers with the Clear Body ability, Body Press, Iron Defense, Sleep Talk, and Rest. We have 204 EVs in HP, 168 in defense, 136 in special defense with an impish nature. This spread specifically with the leftovers, the 204 EVs in HP, the 136 in special defense. We are always going to be 3-hit KO'd by any variant of Deoxys speed that cannot set up on us. So Focus Blast, Superpower, Low Kick, what have you. We're in a really, really good spot. If Decidueye doesn't show up, Iron Press sets go absolutely crazy. Like absolutely just abysmally. Like Deoxys speed and Tornadus Therian do resist. So take a look at fighting resist. Let's walk it through really. Tornadus Therian, Deoxys speed, Primarina, and Illumise. Illumise is not showing up. Primarina has a base 74 defense. Deoxys has base 90, however, it only has 50 HP. Tornadus Therian has 79 HP, 80 defense. So Tornadus Therian, realistically, in my mind, is the best switch into an Iron Press set. I don't think that it is going to show up because I have Raging Bolt potential. I just click Thunderclap. Like, that's all there's no universe where Tornadus Therian beats a Raging Bolt 1v1. So I don't think it shows up. So Iron Press, really like a little bit of chip here, a little bit of chip there, a +2 body press. Yeah, just send it. Just send it if the Decidueye doesn't show up. So that's really it. I didn't think like Heavy Slam, Rocks, Thunder Wave was going to be any sort of a good bring on it. And I was like, how do I just keep this thing around a little bit longer? Rest Talk with Leftovers felt really, really good in my opinion. Last but certainly not least, we do have Salty Caramel, the Garganical. She is our other Terra captain this week. She is running Terra Water with the Leftovers, the Purifying Salt ability, so we cannot be status, Salt Cure, Body Press, Iron Defense, and Recover. 236 EVs in HP, 228 in defense, 44 in special defense with an impish nature. This spread specifically, so I'm likely going to pop Terra on our Balava, quite honestly. I don't think, like, in Mox, Water has been good in, like, a very niche 1v1 scenario, but all in, it wasn't, like, the premier, I'm, like, there's plenty of ways to hit Water super effectively with some niche coverage moves. Grass Knot on something like Iron Treads, Thunder on Deoxys, but Thunderbolt, Electric moves on there. Haxorus could maybe run Terra Electric into, like, Raging Bolt, still being able to do super effective damage into some of my bulkier waters. Porygon Z, things along those lines. So, Terra Water, very situational if it does happen. I don't plan on it, but if it does, it does. Really what this does for us is 236 EVs in HP, 228 in defense with the impish nature with the Leftovers. We are 3-hit KO'd by Jolly Tread's Earthquake. So we're able to take one, go for an Iron Defense. All of a sudden, we're becoming a lot harder to deal with. We can go for Recover. Salt Cure is doing really good. As I've said during the free agency transactions, if they're immune to the Salt Cure secondary effect, they have to be Covert Cloak. All of a sudden, they lose all benefit of another item. I think something like Iron Treads, I think something like the Rotom. Rotom doesn't get the additional damage, but it still does a good amount because it's super effective. But looking at things like Iron Treads, looking at things like the Primarina, they don't want to take like that hit. Like Primarina always wants to run like an Assault Vest, like Leftovers, Throat Spray, choice items. Iron Treads wants the booster energy. Iron Treads wants boots. Iron Treads wants a choice item. Iron Treads wants a vest. So like, I don't think you go that route. So I think that the Salt Cure is going to be able to do a little bit of work for us this week. Recover nice, getting 50% of our recovery back. The 236 EVs and HP actually puts us at a nice even 400. So whereas normally I'd like to be, actually, am I also? Let me actually do that. I am actually. So the 400, I'm Leftovers optimized, right? I can get 25 HP back every time from Leftovers. I'm right at 400 as well, so I'm always going to get that even 200 back every time that I go for Recover. So it's going to be really hard to break through, quite honestly. It's going to be something where you need to keep it in the back of your mind that this Garganical is still around at the end of the day. So that's really the game plan. Being able to put on a variety of mixed pressure from across the board. I don't have actually, okay, so between Registeel and I was just about to say, I don't have any physical attackers. I have a mixed attacker in Landorus, and then Iron Press on both Registeel and Garganical. So, yep, never mind. I was thinking I don't have physical attack. I have much more special offense this week than I do physical offense, and I'm hoping that pays dividends for me. So that is going to be the team. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys at the battle. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with week number 8 in the Pokemon Premier League. My name is CBAD, coach of the Detroit Steel Wings. We're going up against my buddy Shroom Raver. I'm so excited to play Dave. We haven't had as many times to play as we have as long as both him and I have been doing this, so I'm always excited when we get a chance to play. The comp name is hysterical. Please no throat spray. Makes me raise an eyebrow considering we've got the throat spray on our Balava, but also because of the good shout out to the Enamorous set from last time him and I battled. So hopefully we don't kick up too much PTSD. If you guys skip the team build, you guys see the 6 that I am bringing on screen. Leave a like if you guys are excited. Subscribe for more Draft League content. I believe we're locked for playoffs. I think if I can take this one off of Dave or take one off of Boff next week, I think that is like all but guaranteed, but I'm not exactly sure where the rest of the cards fall. So we may have 2 more weeks left. We may have more than that, but either way, hope you guys are excited, and I'll see you guys at team preview. All right. So we do see the Iron Treads. We do see the Deoxys Speed. We do see the Primarina, which is Terra Fairy. We see Rotom Heat, unfortunately. We see Hisuian Quillfish, and we see Haxorus. Both Haxorus and Primarina are Terry Farah. Ferretary. I literally said that unironically, too. Fairy on both of y'all. Which is fine. I don't hate the idea of a Landorus lead. I swapped out Landorus at the last second. I swapped out Landorus at the last second for or Talonflame the last second for Landorus, so I don't hate Landorus in this matchup. It's faster than Prim, it's faster than Rotom, it's faster than Quillfish, it's faster than Haxorus, it's faster than everything in the top two, so maybe hold on to that in the back is better. Let's lead off with the... no. Let's lead off with let's lead correctly here. Let's lead off with Hawkeye. Hawkeye is faster than everything except for the Deoxys. No Torn makes me feel good too. No Torn makes me feel great. Like I said, we're faster than everything else on Dave's side of the field, barring that Deoxys speed or a booster speed Iron Treads. So let's see what he wants to lead off with. Sorry if I just cleared my throat in your ear there. All right. Psycho Boost can certainly knock me out here. Psycho Boost can absolutely knock me out here. So I will go hard into Registeel. Registeel should be able to take this thing on, no problem. I live the Superpower very comfortably. I live the Focus Blast very comfortably as well. I'm 3-hit KO'd by really anything this thing wants to go for. But I'm out of here. No Decidueye also puts me into a pretty favorable spot for Iron Press Registeel. There's the Thunderbolt. Takes me down to 278 on a crit. Do I get any information on that? There's about 21%. Okay, so you are like max special attack regardless. I'll go for a body press. If he wants to taunt, like, so be it. I don't see a life orb, so maybe boots, maybe sash. Like I said, I take the superpower, I take the focus blast, the low kick, what have you. I debated between Clear Body and Light Metal for low kick. If you didn't want to go with a superpower set, low kick was doing the same amount. It was still a 120 base power hit into Registeel here. But I'll go for the body press, like a taunt, a hazard, something like that could be very you know, up to speed with that. Probably doesn't want to get Thunder Wave. Goes for the Focus Blast. Okay. Like I said, we are going to be able to eat that pretty nicely. That breaks a sash, hopefully. And I'd love to get into a situation where something like Screamtail can swap in on a Focus Blast to take out Deoxys speed. I need to get him under half or so. So let's see. At 200 with Registeel. 57. He can 2-hit KO'd me. So let me go for a rest here. My biggest thing was I wanted to break a sash on this if it was a sash. If it was a sash set. If I can just keep up as much pressure as I can. I think we've got a pretty good spot to bring in Screamtail on this thing. And go for something like a Calm Mind. Boom Bursts go very crazy. The Ice Beam is good into the Haxorus. Goes for another Focus Blast. Hits 2 Focus Blasts. Dave, you should go to the casino, brother. 200 to 8. Thank God I clicked rest. Thank God I kicked rest. You can't keep clicking Focus Blast forever. You got 8 of them, Dave. Ooh. That was expertly calculated, by the way. That was also, if he has max special attack, that was the lowest roll possible you could get with a Focus Blast crit. So while I am upset to hear that my friend did get a low roll, neener. That's what you get for critting me twice so far in 4 turns. All right, we'll go for a Sleep Talk. We'll get a little bit more chip damage off. We'll hopefully go for a Iron Defense. If you want to keep tossing out Focus Blast, brother, be my guest. I'm 3-hit KO'd by him. If you hit all 8 of your Focus Blast, I will fly out to Europe and buy you a beer. Because that's just the type of guy I am if you're hitting all of them with draws. Okay, good. Goes out into the Lagoon, which is the Primarina. Okay. That is fine by me. I have a Arboliva here that can handle you pretty nicely. And I get a rest roll. Okay. Burn 1 turn to sleep, which is great. I'm not looking to take a... Am I looking to take a hit from you? Actually, let's find out. Let's play the game. I'm 2-hit KO'd by... Oh, hold on. That's from... Yeah, I'm 3-hit KO'd by Spec Surf. And if you're Terra Fairy Moonblast... Okay. How's Arbalava feeling in front of this thing, actually? Not too froggy, actually, for a Specs. So I think I'm just going to go for another Sleep Talk roll here with Registeel. Quite honestly, like, full disclosure. Goes to the Hyper Voice, puts me down to 175. Did you crit me again? Wow. Okay. So that is Specs Hyper Voice. That is Specs. Ooh, that hurts. Okay. I'm +2 and I could get a big hit off on this as well. And I'm at what? 197? I'm out of range of another Hyper Voice to do that much damage to me. So I will go for the +2 body press. It'll be a good amount of chip on this thing. There we go. Yep. Okay, so you are like very fast, very hard hitting. Okay. How does Arbalava want to handle the Liquid Voice at +1? 33.8 to 40. Do I let this go down? I don't believe I could. I don't believe I could. Nothing else wants that, though, is my problem. I could keep this as a sack. Let's trust my gut. Let's go for a body press. Okay. Okay, that is fine. We know your specs. How is Screamtail doing in front of this thing? If I go for the... If I go for a Calm Mind in front of it. It would do... Not a lot. I don't think it's a Screamtail button yet. Landorus should be able to knock you out, actually, right? With the Sludge Wave? Yes. Let's go to Landorus, pick it off with the Sludge Wave. I could make the Earth Power call. So here's the thing, right? Like, Iron Shreds could come in on the Sludge Wave. So I could make the Earth Power call. But I think Sludge Wave is the best way to get this off the field in front of me. That Earth Power, depending on where he's at, depending on my set, could also take this thing down. So I think we want to be mindful of that. Earth Power doing 55 to 56 to non-Assault Vest Primarina. Sludge Wave doing 79 to 94. So I think Sludge Wave is the safest play. Earth Power, depending on the set, could KO it. Rotom Heat's a good middle ground, quite honestly. I do have the Stone Edge in place for Rotom Heat, if need be. Does the draw. Do you go out of the Iron Treads? Do you go out into the Iron Treads? You do go out in... Okay. That did about 40% in your leftovers. Sticky Barb. Oh. Oh, brother, what are you cooking? Okay, so Sludge Wave did... Yeah. Stone Edge would knock this thing out. Sludge Wave looked like a decent roll, though. I'm gonna go for Stonage. I'm gonna go for Stonage. It's the reason I brought it. I'm gonna click the button. I'm gonna click the button. Because, like, you could double an Iron Treads, maybe? Nope. Okay. I am gonna knock this thing out. Beautiful. You're gonna see my Life Orb here. Yep. You're gonna see my Life Orb here. All right. 5 down, 5 to go. Still faster than everything except for Treads and Deoxys, so I like keeping the Landorus around. Let's see what wants to happen here. Trick Sticky Barb. You a sneaky, sneaky guy. I was worried about Rotom Heat. I was. Because Rotom Heat is one of the mons that can break through all my walls, really, at the end of the day. So Deoxys went for a Thunderbolt against Inteleon. Is that? Alright, you come in. You have Ice Spinner. You have Ice Spinner. So I am going right out into Inteleon here. I am going right out into Inteleon. We do not see any no booster. There's the Ice Spinner. 281 down to 231. Did about 18% to me. Okay, yeah, that's max attack. Okay. I'll just U-turn here. If you Choice Lock, you don't stay in. If I U-turn, to break the Sash. If you stay in, you maybe go for an Earthquake. I don't think you Ice Spinner twice, so I think if you stay in, I U-turn out into Landorus. But I think you probably, like, switch in Primarina, maybe Quillfish on this thing. Tread Flanders. Hi, diddly daddly diddly dudley. All right, what you got for me? Like I said, if you stay in, I think I go Landorus. Does withdraw. Okay, good. Good. Goes out in a Noodly Nigel, which is going to be the Deoxys. Okay. Good damage. Is it time to pull the Screamtail trigger? I want to say so. I don't see a better spot to do that. What have we seen so far? Thunderbolt, Focus Blast, like Shadow Ball. Would Boom Burst KO from here? It would. Because I don't want, like, Thunder Wave to hit me, right? Boom Burst would KO from here. So let's do that. 49 to 58. Yeah, I'll go for it. I don't want the Thunder Wave to happen. The more mons that I pick off that are faster than both Inteleon and Landorus, the better. I'd love to do... Actually, Calm Mind might have been better. That was a naive nature. And you're hitting Focus Blast, so... Boom Burst 43 to 52. Actually. So maybe Calm Minding was a better play. We'll find out. Does withdraw. Just does withdraw. Okay, perfect. Who are we getting a hit off on? Iron Treads. That did nothing. Are you AV? You might be. You might be. Which means I need to hit like a few Focus Blast or a few Fire Blasts in you, right? Because Iron Head looks like it does a good amount of damage into me. So let's keep you around. Let's keep you around and go out into our Balava here. I'll burn that. I'll burn that. I'm going to keep this around. Especially with the Rotom gone, I feel okay going for a Terrabug. $177. Okay, about 46%. I'll do that. Let me Terrabug. I'm out of range of another Heavy Slam, so let me Terrabug, and then I'm gonna go for a Strength Sap. Yeah, that's got to be AV. There's the Ice Spinner, gets rid of my terrain. That's okay. That is okay. Okay. I will go for the Hyper Voice here. To pop the Throat Spray. Should do about a quarter if he wants to stay in. Does withdraw. Okay, something's taking a big old modest Hyper Voice. Quillfish. And you have the Intimidate. Okay. Huge damage. Okay. Huge damage. What would you go for against me is the thing. Like, Toxic feels fine, right? Toxic feels fine. Another Hyper Voice would knock you out from here. So I don't mind going for that. Whatever you hit me with, like Flip, Barbarage, what have you, is going to... Haze. Oh, okay. Okay, I like that. I like that. Alright, that's fine. I'm still modest. Like, I'm still max special attack modest at the end of the day, right? A Balava KO's Quillfish. Hyper Voice. 2 down, 4 to go. I'm at full health. I have my Terra up. Alright. Had to pull that trigger. I respect it. I respect it. What you got for me? If Haxor's come out, probably Mold Breaker. I assume. What you got for me? Treads doesn't want the smoke. Primarina doesn't want the smoke. Deoxys wants the smoke. Okay. I think... What are you going to go for here? I'm going to Strength Sap. Psychic Noise. Oh. Okay. Okay. That's unfortunate. I like that. I feel like we're making him show some cards, though. I feel like we are making him show some cards, though. Giga Drain's still boosted in the terrain. Oh, I can't even use the Giga Drain. Ah, okay. Okay, fair. I'll just go for the Hyper Voice. It should knock it out. If not, get pretty damn close. Seen Thunderbolt, Focus Blast, Psychic Noise, blank. Psycho Boost, maybe? There's another one. Okay. Keep me low. Keep me nice and low. I genuinely respect it because there's not much you want to do against this thing. Arbalava KOs Deoxys with Hyper Voice. Alright. I'm still prevented from healing. I'm no longer prevented from healing. However, there is a Specs Primarina that now comes in. And clicks a button in front of me, and I just die every time. So I think Arbalava did its job, right? We're 3 down, 3 to go. He's taken 1 off me. So I have to see. We'll have to see. There could be room for press Garganical in the end. Could be room. I could definitely do that. Yep, income's Primarina. Okay. No world do I live this. No world do I actually live this. I will attempt to. But Primarina takes out Arbalava here. And again, Arbalava putting in the finest work. Force the Quillfish hand. Force the Psychic Noise in the Deoxys hand. Iron Treads is faster than my Landorus. We know it to be faster. We know it to have AV. We know it'll have Ice Spinner. So Primarina KOs Arbalava, but with what is the question? Moonblast. Okay. That is fine by me. Again, Arbalava, you did the Lord's work today. Screamtail in front of a Primarina again. If I find myself in a similar situation where you are choice specs, Moonblast is doing 59 to 58, but if I boost up with the terrain, maybe? Maybe it's Screamtail time? Specs Moonblast does about 39 to 47. I've got the terrain up. So I will go for the Calm Mind here. Because I may also be able to two-piece Iron Treads. And whatever chip damage I can get on Treads makes it better for, and for this, makes it better for Inteleon in the back too. Withdraws Lagoon. Okay, so I am going to get a free Calm Mind off here. Heavy Slam does have a chance to KO me. Fire Blast does do 63 to 75. Again, more damage for Inteleon in the back here. So I will go for that. Heavy Slam also has a chance to not kill me. But from full, it is a 50% chance. So let's see. Miss my Fire Blast. That's cool. That's a fun one. Goes to the Rapid Spin to be faster than me. That's a crit in return. Okay. That might be all she wrote there, but we'll see where the cookies crumble at the end of the day. Now Heavy Slam definitely kills me. So I will try to go for another Fire Blast. Maybe Ice Beam was the better play to hope for the freeze. Flamethrower was not the play because I couldn't KO at +1, but since it's AV, Fire Blast is 63 to 75. You're faster than everything now. I have to hope Garg can... I think Garg is 3-hit KO'd, too. If it is an Earthquake set. So I believe I'd be able to go for, like, an Iron Defense into a Recover in front of it. We got to play our cards right at this point. Here's the Heavy Slam. That is going to KO me. All right. Iron Treads KOs Screamtail with Heavy Slam. Okay. Like I said, I think Garg Garganical, Iron Shreds. Yeah, Earthquake is a 3-hit KO after leftovers. So let's go out into Garg. The Salt Cure seems fine to get the residual. This is the Earthquake. 218. I did about 45. Okay, so you are Jolly. That was a low roll on Jolly. A little bit of damage, 25%. We'll take that. Let's recover here. Probably switches into Primarina. I think I recover once. And then let Primarina come in, and then Primarina takes one. But Garganical, I think I let... Ooh. Oh, yeah, the double... The double Lucky O'Brien actually comes in. Interesting. Okay. Mold Breaker. So if I Iron Defense up now. If I Iron Defense up now, there's the Dragon Dance. Okay. Yeah, Body Press does about 70 to 82. I'll go for the Salt Cure here to put him on a timer. $400 to 268. Yep, that's 33. Okay. The Body Press here should be doing good damage, and I take another one of whatever he wants to go for, or I go for a Salt Cure expecting to swap into Primarina, which I think is the play. Because I'm still +2. You're only +1 Haxorus in front of me. I think you know you need Primarina to break this. And I think Garganical can bring it home if I play it right. But we've gotten Chip on Haxorus to where Inteleon should be able to pull it off. Does withdraw. Perfect. All right, so we got the Salt Cure called right this time around. In comes Lagoon. Perfect. Yes, this is what I wanted. This right here is what I wanted. Okay. I don't think Inteleon wants one from Specs Primarina. Yeah, Moonblast would always KO me. I think... So you'll always be fast. I can take on Landorus, or I can take on Haxorus, and I can take on the other guy there. I'm gonna sack Landorus here. There's a Hyper Voice. Primarine is down. Okay. I think it is... How much is Specs and Teleon doing to... let me see here. Iron Shreds. AV Snipe Shot is always knocking you out. What about Haxorus? Is Ice Beam doing enough to Iron Shreds? Ice Beam is not. Okay. So I do need to go out in a Garganical here. And in comes Lucky O'Brien, the Haxorus. Okay. All right, yep. Earthquake never knocks me out. I'm at 80%. I go for the Iron Defense here. $318 to $136. It was about 46. So you're adamant, Haxorus. And I am now +2. Okay. I'll go for the recover here. Here's the Iron Head. All right, I like it. There's the flinch. Play for it, Dave. Play for it. 29%. Going for the recover. I can take one more. There's the Earthquake. Didn't go for it. All right, cool. All right, so +2 body press. Why is he not Terra'd yet? I'm curious. I'm gonna go for one more Iron Defense here. I'm curious why he hasn't Terra'd. There's Dragon Dance. Yeah. Like, if you Terra, that locks me. I mean, I'll go for the body press now. I'm +4, you're only +1. Nothing's gonna tickle me here. I'll be able to shrug that off. I'm genuinely curious why no Terra? Like not disrespectfully saying this, but is it like a resignation thing? Like he doesn't think he can bring it back? Because I feel stun locked right now. Like, all it takes is one little bit of... There's the Iron Head. 274 to 206. There's the body press. Okay. All right. I believe that is game. Unless you got the AV Steel Beam on there. AV Steel Beam would be heat. I don't know your last... Yeah, I do. Okay. Earthquake, Ice Spinner, Rapid Spin. Okay, I do. I go for the body press here. And Garg picks up that. Okay. All right. Fair enough. GG's to my man Dave. I think the Terra Fairy Haxorus would have put me into a little bit of a different situation there, but maybe he wanted me to Salt Cure or something along those lines. But either way, great game by Dave. I love the team. I'm happy we were able to have, in my opinion, I don't know, a little bit more of a cleaner match. I know last time we played, there was some conjecture, not necessarily between the two of us. We know this is the game we play, but there's some conjecture in the comments regarding the Enamorous rolls and things like that. So I'm happy we had a cleaner game this time around. Yeah, no, I'm happy. That felt good. I hope you guys enjoyed. Dave, I hope you enjoyed, because I know you sometimes watch these battles as well. So if you guys have enjoyed, leave a like on the video. Subscribe for more Pokemon Draft League content. That puts us now at 6-2. That puts us now at 6-2, which is a little crazy to say out loud. I think it might be my best record in the Pokemon Premier League this season. So either way, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. We play my best friend Iron Boffin next week. I want to say 6-2 has to be playoffs. Like I don't know. I feel like it's got to be playoffs. But either way, as always, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. I'll see you guys next week for game day. Later.